Archangel Michael is trying desperately to reach you right now, his wings spread wide, his eyes fixed upon you with an urgency that cannot be ignored. Someone close to your heart made their final wish to God about your life, their dying breath carrying your name to heaven, their last thoughts centered on you. God's reply to their plea will break your heart in peace, will shatter what you thought you knew, will rebuild you in ways you never imagined. This message cannot wait another moment. Michael has been trying to deliver it for days, watching for the right time when your heart would be open. Archangel Michael stood beside their bed as they slipped away from this world. He heard your name whispered from their lips, saw the tears that fell for you, not for themselves. In their final moments they looked beyond their own pain, their own journey, their own crossing over, and instead fixed their thoughts entirely on your struggles, your battles, your hidden pain. They made a desperate plea to God on your behalf, begging for heaven to intervene in what you're facing, pouring out their heart with their final breaths. The courts of heaven fell silent as their words echoed through the throne room, as God leaned forward to hear this selfless dying request, as angels paused in wonder at such love. The response from heaven was immediate, powerful, beyond what anyone expected. Even Michael was stunned by what God declared over your life. Now everything is about to change, because someone loved you enough to make you their final thought, their last wish, their dying prayer. Like this video if you sense in your spirit that this message is meant for you, if you feel a stirring deep within that confirms this truth. Archangel Michael is watching right now, seeing who will receive, who will believe, who will open their heart to this divine intervention. He cannot force this message upon you, cannot make you listen, cannot override your will, but he stands ready with words that will alter your path forever. Stand in readiness for what heaven is about to reveal. The veil is thin in this moment, the connection is strong, the time is now. They knew you in ways others did not, saw beyond your outer shell, your careful mask, your practiced smile. They recognized the weight you carry. Their love for you was pure, untainted by selfish motives, by hidden agendas, by worldly concerns. They loved you with a reflection of heaven's own heart. They saw something in you that others missed, the potential, the purpose, the destiny that lies dormant, waiting to be awakened, waiting to be unleashed. In quiet moments they would pray for you, lifting your name before heaven long before their final days, believing in who you were created to be. They understood your struggles, your doubts, your fears, the battles that rage within your mind, within your heart, within your soul. They saw it all. And in their final hours, when most turn inward and most think of their own journey, they instead turned their fading strength toward you, toward your future, toward your breakthrough. Type Amen if you are open to receiving this message, if your heart stands ready to hear what Archangel Michael brings from the throne room. The blessing cannot flow to closed minds, to hardened hearts, to those who refuse to believe that heaven still speaks, that love transcends death. God honors your free will, your choice, your decision, but Michael waits with outstretched hands, holding what was requested for you in love's final expression. Their wish for you was specific, detailed, filled with understanding of exactly what you need in this season, in this struggle, in this moment of your life. They asked God to break the chains that have held you back for so long, the invisible bindings around your mind, your heart, your potential that have limited you. They begged for heaven to open your eyes to who you truly are, to the power that lies within you, to the purpose that has been written for you since before time began. The words they spoke painted a picture of you walking in freedom, in confidence, in the fullness of who you were created to be. They saw you as God sees you. Tears streamed down their face as they described how the enemy has lied to you, has stolen from you, has convinced you that you are less than you are. Their voice grew stronger even as their body weakened. They found renewed energy to pray for your financial breakthrough, your emotional healing, your spiritual awakening. They named the specific mountain standing in your way, called out the exact storms that have battered your soul, identified the precise lies that echo in your mind. Their dying prayer covered every area where you feel defeated or you struggle, where you have nearly given up hope. They left nothing untouched by their final petition. Michael was chosen specifically for this task, for this message, for this moment, because of the warfare surrounding what God wants to give you. The enemy knows that this blessing will change everything, will set you on a new path, will awaken what has been dormant, so he fights with desperation. Michael has been assigned as guardian over this divine response, this heavenly answer, this sacred gift, his sword drawn, his armor gleaming, his resolve unshakable. For days he has been attempting to reach you, to speak to you, to deliver what heaven has released, but distractions, noise, doubt have clouded your ability to hear. He has watched for the perfect moment when your heart would be still enough, when your mind would be quiet enough, when your spirit would be open enough to receive. Now he stands before you, his wings spanning time and space, his presence filling this moment, his message waiting to be released if only you will listen. Type 777 if you are willing to receive from Archangel Michael, if you are ready to hear God's response to this final wish made on your behalf. The number 7 represents divine completion, perfect timing, heavenly order, and typing it 3 times declares your openness to this perfect message. Michael cannot proceed unless invited, cannot deliver unless welcomed, cannot speak unless you are willing to hear what heaven has to say. The angels watch with anticipation, the heavens hold their breath, the spiritual realm focuses on this moment as you decide to receive or reject what waits for you. When God heard this final wish, this dying prayer, this selfless request, he moved immediately. The throne room shook with his response. Angels fell silent in awe. The tears of the one who loved you mixed with the tears you have cried yourself, the pain you have carried, the burdens that have weighed you down, all seen, all known, all valued. God spoke your name with such tenderness, such love, such understanding that even the ancient angels who have witnessed countless acts of mercy were moved by what they heard. The first words of his response acknowledged your unseen battles, your hidden struggles, your silent cries in the night that you thought no one heard, no one saw, no one cared about. He spoke of how he has watched you fight, how he has seen your determination, how he has honored your refusal to completely give up even in your darkest moments. His words revealed that nothing has been wasted, not the pain, not the setbacks, not the disappointments, all have been weaving something beautiful that you cannot yet see. He declared that the time of preparation is complete, the season of waiting is ending, the period of strengthening through struggle has accomplished its purpose in you. The initial decree went forth, sending ripples through the spiritual realm, causing demons to tremble, causing angels to rejoice, causing shifts in the atmosphere around your life. The obstacles you have faced were not random, were not pointless, were not simply bad luck, they were strategic, they were targeted, they were designed to keep you from your destiny. The enemy has seen what you cannot see, has recognized what you do not yet know, has feared what you have not yet become, so he placed barriers in your way. Financial struggles, relationship disappointments, health concerns, mental battles, emotional wounds, spiritual confusion, all carefully positioned to block your forward movement. These obstacles have seemed insurmountable at times, have drained your strength, have caused you to question your faith, your worth, your purpose, even God's love for you. The one who made their final wish about you saw these barriers with spiritual clarity, recognized the enemy's strategy, understood that you were being specifically targeted. They named each obstacle in their dying prayer, identified each blockade, called out each mountain standing in your path, asking God to remove what you could not move yourself. Michael has been battling these forces, these hindrances, these spiritual blockades, his sword cutting through the darkness, his authority challenging their right to remain. The invisible war over your breakthrough has been raging in realms you cannot see, in dimensions you cannot access, in battles you know nothing about until this moment. Type 1. I'm listening to open your heart to receive the fullness of this message, to create a pathway for divine revelation to enter your life. Michael cannot force these words upon you, cannot override your doubts, cannot penetrate walls of skepticism. You must invite him in. Your declaration signals to heaven that you are ready, that you are willing, that you are open to what God has prepared in response to this final wish. The spiritual realm responds to your words, to your intentions, to your heart stance. So speak with conviction, with belief, with expectation. God's compassion for what you have endured is beyond what human words can express, beyond what mortal minds can comprehend, beyond what earthly love can demonstrate. Every tear you have cried in secret has been collected in heaven's bottles. Every silent prayer uttered in desperation has been heard. Every moment of suffering acknowledged. He has walked with you through valleys you traversed alone, or so you thought, felt every pain you experienced, watched as you struggled to keep moving forward. The one who made their final wish knew this, knew that God had never abandoned you, but they also knew you needed to feel His presence in a tangible, undeniable way. Your name is mentioned in heaven with honor, with respect, with love, not with disappointment, not with frustration, not with the condemnation you have feared. God sees your authentic efforts, your genuine heart, your sincere desire to live right, even when you have fallen short, even when you have made mistakes, even when you have failed. The compassion flowing from the throne toward you in this moment would overwhelm you if you could see it fully, would heal every broken place instantly, would erase every doubt forever. Your struggles matter, your pain is valid, your questions are understood, and yet a new season is dawning where these will no longer define your story or limit your future. The love that fueled their final wish for you transcends human understanding, surpasses ordinary affection, exceeds conventional care. It was infused with divine insight, divine purpose, divine power. As death approached, as the veil thinned, as they glimpsed realities beyond this world, they saw you with supernatural clarity, saw your struggles, your potential, your destiny. They described you to God as a treasure, as a gift to this world, as a vessel carrying unique purpose. They advocated for you with passion, with conviction, with authority. They spoke of your kindness that often goes unnoticed, your strength that is frequently tested, your gifts that remain partially hidden even from yourself. They reminded heaven of promises spoken over your life, of prophecies yet unfulfilled, of words that seemed forgotten but were merely waiting for the right season. In their final moments they surrendered everything, their remaining energy, their last breath, their closing thoughts, to ensure that you would receive what heaven had prepared for you. The selflessness of their act moved angels to tears, caused Michael himself to stand in attention, created a moment in eternity that altered the course of your life. Their love became their legacy, their final wish became your turning point, their dying prayer became your new beginning. Type 333 if you are standing in faith for this divine message, if you are positioning yourself to receive what Archangel Michael brings. The number 3 represents divine completeness, perfect witness, holy confirmation, and declaring it 3 times establishes your readiness in spirit, soul, and body. Heaven responds to faith, to belief, to expectation, so stand firm in your conviction that this message is for you, this moment is yours, this blessing is being released. The breakthrough has already begun. Subtle shifts have been occurring, invisible changes have been happening, spiritual realignments have been taking place, though you may not have recognized them yet. Seeds of your answer are already sprouting, roots of your blessing are already forming, foundations of your miracle are already established, the evidence will soon be undeniable. Michael has been clearing pathways, removing blockades, dismantling barriers. The resistance is weakening, the opposition is faltering, the way forward is emerging. Have you noticed small changes, unexpected coincidences, surprising connections? These are not random, not accidental, not meaningless. They are first fruits of what is coming. Dreams that seemed dead are being resurrected, hopes that appeared lost are being recovered, visions that were forgotten are being renewed as heaven responds to this final wish. The impossible is becoming possible, the closed door is beginning to open, the mountain is starting to move. You are in the midst of divine intervention, divine timing, divine restoration. What was delayed was not denied, what was postponed was not cancelled, what seemed forgotten was actually being perfected in ways you could not see, could not understand, could not imagine. The beginning of God's answer is like the first light of dawn, small yet certain, growing stronger with each moment, promising the fullness of day that is surely coming. Michael stands guard over this blessing, this breakthrough, this divine response, his sword drawn, his authority absolute, his determination unyielding. Nothing will prevent delivery. The enemy has sent forces to block what heaven has released, to steal what God has given, to destroy what love has created, but they cannot stand against the Archangel's power. Angelic armies have been positioned around you, around your home, around your future, his warriors stationed at every vulnerable point, every strategic location, every critical juncture. Michael's protection extends to your mind where doubt tries to enter, to your heart where fear attempts to invade, to your spirit where discouragement seeks to take root. The warfare is fierce, is relentless, is determined, because what God has spoken over you threatens the enemy's plans, threatens darkness itself, threatens defeat for those who opposed your destiny. But Michael has never lost a battle, has never surrendered ground, has never failed in a mission, and he will not start with yours. The protection is guaranteed, the delivery is assured. Type "Protect me Michael" to activate angelic assistance, to invite divine protection, to establish spiritual boundaries against forces that would attempt to block your blessing. Your words have power in the spiritual realm, your declaration creates access, your invitation releases authority, angels respond to your faith-filled commands. Michael waits for your agreement, for your participation, for your cooperation in this divine process. Heaven respects your free will, your choice, your decision. The protection is available, the assistance is ready, the spiritual covering is prepared, but you must accept it, must welcome it, must receive it with faith, with confidence, with expectation. The heartbreaking part of God's reply is not what you might expect, is not punishment, is not disappointment, it is a revelation of how much unnecessary pain you have carried. God showed the one who made the wish how you have believed lies about yourself, about your worth, about your place in this world, lies that have limited you, restricted you, imprisoned you. The heart breaks with the realization that freedom was always available, healing was always accessible, peace was always attainable. You were never meant to struggle as you have. What breaks the heart brings peace simultaneously as you realize that what held you back was never God's design, never heaven's intention, never the divine plan for your life. God's reply includes the painful truth that much of your suffering was not necessary, was not required, was not ordained, but resulted from believing the enemy's deceptions. Yet this heartbreaking revelation carries healing, carries freedom, carries release, because what can be seen can be changed, what is exposed can be removed, what is recognized can be replaced. The person's dying wish was for you to see yourself as heaven sees you, to recognize your true value, to embrace your authentic identity, and God's reply grants exactly that. Your heart breaks as you realize how long you lived below your privileges, believed less than the truth, accepted less than what was yours, but peace flows in as you step into new understanding. The breaking is not to harm but to heal, and not to wound but to restore, and not to diminish but to elevate you into who you were always meant to be. The timeline for the manifestation of this blessing has been established, has been ordained, has been set in motion. Precise moments have been marked, significant dates have been circled, divine appointments have been scheduled. Within days you will notice the first undeniable signs, the initial evidence, the beginning manifestations, small perhaps but significant indicators that something has shifted. Within weeks more substantial changes will unfold, more concrete developments will emerge, more visible transformations will occur as heaven's response continues to materialize in your life. The complete fulfillment will arrive at the perfect moment, the divine time, the appointed season, not delayed, not rushed, not compromised, but precisely when it will have maximum impact. Watch for unexpected open doors, for surprising opportunities, for unusual connections. These are not coincidences but carefully orchestrated steps in your unfolding blessing. Certain dates hold special significance in this timeline, moments when heaven draws particularly close, when spiritual activity intensifies, when breakthroughs accelerate. Stay alert, stay watchful, stay expectant. The enemy will attempt to make you doubt the timeline, question the process, disbelieve the progress, but Michael guards the divine schedule, ensures the perfect timing, guarantees the complete delivery. Type 1. Receive in faith, to claim the promise, to acknowledge the timeline, to align yourself with heaven's schedule for the manifestation of this blessing. Faith sees before manifestation, believes before evidence, receives before delivery. Your declaration positions you to participate in the unfolding miracle. God honors those who trust His timing, who accept His methods, who believe His promises even when circumstances suggest otherwise, even when logic argues differently, even when doubts arise. To fully receive what heaven is releasing, what Michael is delivering, what was requested in that final wish, there are specific steps you must take, actions you must implement, mindsets you must adopt. First, guard your thoughts against doubt, against fear, against negativity. What you allow in your mind affects what can manifest in your life. Monitor your thinking with diligence, with purpose, with determination. Second, speak words that align with this blessing, that agree with heaven's decree, that reinforce faith, not fear. Words have creative power, spiritual impact, dimensional influence. What you say matters more than you know. Third, position yourself for reception through prayer, through worship, through meditation on truth. Create daily moments of stillness, of openness, of spiritual awareness, where divine communication can flow freely. Fourth, remove what blocks blessing in your life, toxic relationships, negative influences, harmful habits. These create static that interferes with heaven's frequency. Clear the channel through deliberate choices. Fifth, act in faith, taking steps that demonstrate belief, that show confidence, that prove expectation. Faith without action remains incomplete, theoretical, abstract, rather than dynamic, living, powerful. Sixth, maintain gratitude for what is coming, what is developing, what is unfolding. Thankfulness accelerates manifestation, appreciation attracts abundance, acknowledgement affirms completion. Finally, reject all counterfeits, all substitutes, all lesser versions of what God has prepared. Accept nothing below what heaven has decreed, what was requested, what has been granted. The fullness of what God has released in response to this final wish exceeds what was asked, surpasses what was requested, transcends what was imagined. Heaven never underwhelms, never disappoints, never limits. Financial provision, emotional healing, physical restoration, spiritual awakening, relational reconciliation, mental clarity, vocational direction, all intertwined, all connected, all part of this complete blessing. Areas of your life that have seemed dead, barren, hopeless will suddenly flourish, suddenly thrive, suddenly produce with supernatural abundance, with divine acceleration, with unstoppable momentum. Doors that no human could open, opportunities that no person could arrange, connections that no individual could establish, all appearing at the perfect time, the ordained moment, the divine appointment. The blessing contains both immediate relief and long-term transformation, both present comfort and future security, both current answers and ongoing provision. Nothing is partial, nothing is temporary, nothing is incomplete. What the enemy meant for harm, God transforms for blessing. What appeared as setback becomes setup. What seemed like delay was actually preparation for greater manifestation than originally possible. The completeness of this divine response touches every area where you have struggled, every place where you have suffered, every aspect where you have needed breakthrough. Type: my heart is ready to finalize your preparation, to complete your alignment, to perfect your positioning for receiving the fullness of what heaven has released. The heart must be prepared, must be receptive, must be yielded soil, must be ready before seed can produce, barriers must be removed before water can flow, channels must be open before power can flow. Your declaration creates the final connection, the ultimate alignment, the perfect synchronization between your readiness and heaven's release, between your receptivity and divine delivery. Michael waits for this confirmation, this affirmation, this final agreement before releasing the complete blessing, the total package, the entire response to that powerful last wish. The legacy of this last wish extends beyond the present, beyond the immediate, beyond the visible, creating ripples that will impact generations, that will influence descendants, that will affect countless lives. The one who made this final request for you now watches from beyond the veil, observes from heaven's perspective, witnesses from eternity's viewpoint as their dying prayer produces exponential results. They see what you cannot yet see, understand what you have not yet grasped, recognize what remains invisible to earthly eyes, the magnificent unfolding of divine purpose through your life. Their name is honored in heaven for this selfless act, this loving choice, this eternal investment. Angels speak of their sacrifice with reverence, with respect, with admiration. What they set in motion through their final breath continues to expand, continues to grow, continues to multiply, breaking generational curses, establishing generational blessings, creating generational legacy. The wish itself has become a living thing, a spiritual force, a divine catalyst, breaking barriers, opening pathways, creating opportunities that would otherwise have remained closed, locked, inaccessible. Heaven celebrates as each aspect unfolds, as each manifestation appears, as each blessing materializes, confirming the power of selfless love, the impact of sacrificial prayer, the legacy of divine connection. Your life becomes their testimony, your breakthrough their victory, your transformation their reward, as what they requested continues to produce, continues to flourish, continues to expand. Michael's commitment to your blessing, to your protection, to your breakthrough extends beyond this moment, beyond this message, beyond this initial delivery. He remains assigned to your case. His watchful presence will continue, his protective cover will remain, his powerful assistance will endure through the complete manifestation of all that heaven has decreed for you. You will sense his presence in crucial moments, feel his strength in challenging situations, receive his wisdom in difficult decisions as you move forward into what God has prepared. There will be times when you face unexpected opposition, unusual resistance, unexplainable difficulty, and in those moments Michael's sword will go before you, his shield will surround you, his victory will be assured. Learn to recognize the signs of his presence: sudden clarity, unexpected courage, unusual confidence, supernatural peace. These indicate his active involvement, his present help, his ongoing assistance. Michael partners with those who walk in faith, who move in obedience, who live in expectation. His power magnifies your steps, accelerates your progress, ensures your victory in every divinely ordained endeavor. Type "Thank you, Michael" to acknowledge his service, to express gratitude for his intervention, to honor the heavenly assistance that surrounds this blessing, this breakthrough, this divine response. Gratitude opens doors that complaints keep closed. Thankfulness releases what grumbling restricts. Appreciation accelerates what entitlement delays. Your attitude determines your altitude. Michael responds to faith-filled gratitude, to sincere appreciation, to humble acknowledgement. These attitudes attract greater assistance, deeper intervention, stronger protection as you move forward. The peace now available to you surpasses human understanding, exceeds rational explanation, transcends logical comprehension. It is supernatural, divine, otherworldly, yet absolutely real, absolutely tangible, absolutely accessible. This peace breaks your heart in the most beautiful way, shatters preconceptions, dismantles false beliefs, destroys limited thinking, while simultaneously healing, restoring, rebuilding what was broken, what was damaged, what was lost. In this peace your perspective shifts, your priorities change, your understanding expands. What once seemed crucial now appears trivial, what was invisible now becomes clear, what was confusing now makes perfect sense. The weight you have carried lifts, the burden you have borne lightens, the pressure you have felt releases, as this supernatural peace floods your mind, your heart, your spirit, your very being. Circumstances may not instantly change, situations might not immediately shift, conditions could remain temporarily the same, but you are different, you are transformed, you are renewed from the inside out. This peace cannot be stolen, cannot be threatened, cannot be diminished. It remains through storms, through challenges, through difficulties, anchoring you, stabilizing you, empowering you when everything around you shakes. The one who made their final wish asked specifically for this gift, this treasure, this inheritance, knowing its value, its power, its importance. In everything else you would receive, everything else you would encounter, everything else you would become. Type "Victory is mine," to claim the complete blessing, to take hold of the full response, to finalize heaven's decree over your life, your future, your destiny. Victory was purchased at the cross, secured by resurrection, established by ascension. It belongs to you, it is your inheritance, it is your right. Your declaration activates your participation. Michael stands ready to deliver the complete package, the full response, the entire blessing that was requested for you in love's final expression, in death's powerful moment, in eternity's threshold. Speak it, believe it, receive it. The transaction is completed, the delivery is accomplished, the blessing is established as you take ownership of what heaven has released. The message has been delivered, the mission accomplished, the assignment completed. Archangel Michael has fulfilled what was entrusted to him, has conveyed what was decreed, has transferred what was released. The final wish has been honored fully, completely, perfectly. Heaven has responded with abundance, with precision, with perfect timing. Nothing has been overlooked, nothing has been withheld, nothing has been compromised. The peace that breaks the heart now rests upon you, filling you, surrounding you, transforming you from within, changing how you see, changing what you believe, changing who you are becoming. The one who made this request smiles from eternity, watches with joy, observes with satisfaction as you begin to walk in what they asked for, what they believed for, what they saw was possible for you. Angels rejoice, heaven celebrates. Michael stands in satisfied completion as the divine response unfolds in your life, in your circumstances, in your future. The mission is accomplished, the delivery is complete, it is done.